Hi and holiday greetings from MonaVie Canada. Steve Jones, General Manager here, coming to you with another weekly message and a lot of things that I need to cover here, but first and foremost wanted to jump right in with some of the recognition for some of the great successes that we've been seeing here in Canada that I'm really excited about. So we have a bunch of new silvers from all over Canada. I want to say big congratulations to Janie Barucci, Kelly Green, both from British Columbia here in Vancouver and Surrey, and also to Keith and Lorraine Keating in Ontario, brand new silvers over the last couple of weeks. So big congratulations. We love to see that kind of activity building up towards Christmas, not taking time off, but building towards so that you can have a successful January by putting down the plantation and seed that you're doing now. So fantastic, great work there. Also got a bunch of new bronzes as well. I want to say congratulations to is Gilbert Dullamon from Ontario, Shu Chung Lee from here in British Columbia, and also Jennifer Donovan Faubert from Manitoba. All over Canada. I love to see this. I love to see this kind of success and ranking recognition and advancements in business going on all across Canada, but particularly throughout this holiday season, because it just shows that where you work and where you put that in, you start to see the results. So big congratulations to all our new silvers and bronzes. Really thrilled for you. A lot of people now be thinking about getting their turkeys ready and getting gifts, and Father Christmas and Santa Claus even coming to make these visits. But there's a lot of things that I want you to put into your diary and make a plan for, so that you can hit the ground running in January and you can start straight away. So you can start to have a great 2013, and that's what we want for all of our distributors, is a fantastic year, a more meaningful year with MonaVie in 2013. So of course it kicks off January the 7th. We have a Get a View Tour meeting that's going to be right here in British Columbia. It's going to be at Langley. It's going to be at the Coast Hotel and Convention Centre. This is the same place that we had back in, I guess it was end of October, beginning of November, when we had a Get a View Tour. So we're back in British Columbia. Want to make sure that we have a great show in there from all the people in and around Vancouver. It's a great time to bring people out, get them introduced, start the year right, help them to show through a new product, through new opportunity, new business, new health, more meaningful life, new community, bring them all part, through the revolution, all of these things that we have to offer to somebody in the new year. So January the 7th, so make sure you come along there. $10 to enter. If it's guests, you're free. We want to see as many guests there as we can. Please feel free. And we're adding 2 more meetings that we want to make sure that people know about. We have an open meeting taking place January the 11th in Edmonton, Alberta. It's going to be at the Edmonton Convention Centre. There's a $20 entrance fee. If you buy your ticket in advance, you can email your local leader or also email Sherry Hoover or Jan Perpich. If you turn up on the day, it will be $25. That's going to be hosted by Alan Sherry Hoover, our Purple Diamonds, Joe Wack, Blue Diamonds, and also Ruby executives Dale and Karen St. Almond. And so we've got a fantastic lineup there. It's going to be an open meeting, a business opportunity meeting to learn a little bit about MonaVie, who we are as a company, an opportunity and a product. What we have there, but also we will have MVP inspirational speaker Rex Crane is going to be there. I did a meeting recently where Rex was speaking and I was in attendance. Absolutely phenomenal. You want to talk about adding in that extra addition of what makes MonaVie a more meaningful life instead of just another business opportunity. You want to be there in Edmonton. If you've got people there, we want you to plug them into that meeting. That's January the 11th, 2013. And we have another open meeting, January the 12th. This is going to be in Saskatoon, Saskatoon Holiday Inn. 2013, January the 12th. Again, Jan Perpich, Rex Crane. It's hosted by Jodie and Lisa Tucker. And we've got a bunch of other people plugging into that meeting. So details will be going up on the MonaVie calendar. If you go to ca.monavie.com, look under opportunities and meetings and events, you'll start to see the details being plugged in there. So 3 fantastic meetings building up to Orlando. Obviously Orlando, first, second, beginning of the month, end of January, beginning of February. Get a View convention. We want each and every one of you there. So meetings, rank advancements, want to say a big, fantastic congratulations, and we look forward to seeing all of you at these meetings, at these events. So there was one thing I wanted to share with you. It's a bit of a holiday message. So I wanted to think. I love this time of year. I love the festive season and the holiday season, and one of my favourite things about this time of year is Christmas carols and the music, and we only get to use it this kind of time of year. And one of my favourite Christmas carols is one that's called I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It was a poem that was originally written by a gentleman called Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. And he lived back in the 1850s, 60s, that sort of period. And right around the time of the American Civil War. And it was something that really kind of impacted his life and had a big piece of it. And he was married to a lady called Frances, that within the family and friends they called her Fanny. And he's somebody that went through some trials and tribulations. He went through the experiences of life and he felt pain and suffering. And Actually, in 1861, I think it was middle of the year, June, July time, there was a fire that was started at his home. And in the attempts to put the fire out and to save his family, he was severely burned. Unfortunately, his wife Fanny passed away, and he suffered severe burns, actually so severe that he wasn't able to make the funeral, and for the rest of his life had to wear a beard to cover up the scarring because he couldn't shave. That was in 1861, and then 2 years later in the Civil War, he found out that his son, who was a lieutenant in the army, had been shot through the shoulder in quite a severe, close to death experience. His son survived, but he suffered somewhat from it. And it's interesting reading Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's journal entries throughout this period of time, and he talks about some of the difficulties. And then a year later, Christmas Day of 1864, he penned the words to "I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day." And there's a couple of things he writes in there. He talks about hearing the bells more loud and deep, and this is what he says. He talks about the meaning of the bells ringing on Christmas Day, the message of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And he says, "And in despair I bowed my head, there is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong, and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men." This is what he was feeling when he wrote this, is that all the things he'd been through his life showed him that there was no peace on earth, there was no goodwill towards men, and that actually this Christmas message mocked all that. But then he had this experience, and this is what inspired him to write the words to "I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day." "Then pealed the bells more loud and deep, God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men." We live in a time where we see absolute tragedies. We see the most horrific stories. We see people suffering. We see horrible things on the news. We see our friends and family and difficulties that they may go through. And the message for me this festive season, and the thing that comes when I listen to that song of "I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day," is quite simply this: the wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men. And so this festive season, this holiday season, I encourage each of us to really be those that we want. We are the right. We can prevail. We can make the difference in other people's lives. We can be the difference in our own lives. We can bless the lives of other people through the things that we do and the way that we treat them and the way that we go about our everyday activity. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail. And 2013 is going to be a great year for each and every one of our distributors. Regardless of what level of involvement you may have with MonaVie, we want it to be a more meaningful life. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, and I wish each of you a Merry Christmas.
Their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, peace on earth. I thought how as the day had come, the belfries of all Christendom had rolled along the unbroken song of peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth, goodwill to men. And in despair I bowed my head, there is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, peace on earth. Then pealed the bells more loud and deep, God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, peace on earth, till ringing, singing on its way, the world revolved from night to day. A voice, a chime, a chant sublime of peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth, goodwill to men.